Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the season goals for the 5th phase that just unlocked, and we're going to touch on one challenge in particular, and that is how to defeat the Shadow Hound on Pro mode within 6 minutes. I will actually show you how to do it in 150 seconds. In the list of challenges you'll also see that there is a challenge to defeat the Forsaken Giant in solo mode, and if you are struggling with that, make sure that you take a look at my video on how to solo the Forsaken Giant for some tips. But for now, let's talk about the Shadow Hound. On Pro difficulty, of course, Shadow Hound boss is level 60. If you are lower level and you are on a newer server, make sure that you check my previous video on how to defeat the Shadow Hound on normal difficulty. But for those of you that have access to Pro difficulty, here is how you can defeat the boss in 150 seconds. In this run I didn't take any damage. I am using the Shrapnel build for this run. I have a passive skill that if I use a tactical item it will increase my damage. I also use my Deviant that will increase my damage even more. And I try to mark the boss with the sniper to get even more damage bonuses. The Deviant that I'm using is the one that actually drops from this boss. When you start the fight, the boss has a specific set of animation and actions that it will do, and it will also spawn some smaller dogs. So make sure that you do as much damage as possible in this early phase, because he won't hit you until he completes his set of actions. Do enough damage to the boss and he'll pop out his armor, and then you'll have to hit his shoulders in order to break the armor. Also kill the orbs that are spawning, because they are ranged and they are annoying to dodge. One good thing about the Deviant that I'm using is that it also takes aggro, so it will distract the enemies from hitting you and they will focus on the Deviant, so you have time to do more damage. If you keep your distance, there are two attacks that you need to be aware of. One is the charge. The boss will go underwater and it will move to your position and come out there. So when the boss starts its animation to a charge, wait a few seconds, then use the portal to teleport you away from the location that it will finish its charge. Continue doing damage to the boss and then he will pop his armor again and you'll need to take the outs again. Make sure that when he jumps into the air and he's like a disco ball, you shoot him to deplete his armor and then he will drop on the ground instead of just smashing the ground and doing enough damage to you to instantly being critically injured. I'm still in the process of improving my gear, but I think I might be somewhere around 70 to 80% of what the build can actually do at this point with the items that are in the game at my current server stage. Okay, so let's go through the items that I'm using, the mods and skills. One important item that you should use is the canned meat. This will give you 20% more shrapnel damage, and of course it will help you for a shrapnel build. If you have any other items that you like to consume, do that also. For the weapon mod I have Obliterate Precision. The more parts the shrapnel hits, the higher the damage of the shrapnel. Each part plus 15%. This is the core effect that you want, but my attributes effect are not the best. I would suggest to prioritize weapon damage, critical rating, critical damage, and after that damage against great ones, elites, and normal enemies. But the three are the ones that you should focus on. The rest are bonuses. For the helm I have fire rate plus 10% for the first 50% of the magazine, and weapon damage plus 30% for the next 50% of the magazine. For the mask, when hitting an unmarked enemy, critical rate increased by 10% and critical damage by 25%. This is why I was trying to mark the boss with the sniper rifle. For the gloves I have critical rate 10% and critical damage 15%. For the shoes, taking no damage within 4 seconds grants 20% melee weapon and status damage for 30 seconds. For the pants I have each critical hit by non-melee weapon grants 5% critical damage up to 45%. And for the chest I have when the HP is lower than 60% purge all deviant status's cooldown. I'm not actually using this core effect, but the reason that I have it equipped is for the rolls that it got on the attributes. I have critical damage plus 12%, damage against normal enemies plus 10%, weapon damage 3.6%, and maximum HP, which is actually a good roll. Okay, let's have a quick look at the cradle skills. I have the plus 20% damage while holding a rifle. Deviation Master, having it fight alongside you, grants damage plus 50% against deviants. Master Tactician, using a tactical item, also gives you another 25% extra damage towards bosses, great ones, for 15 seconds. This is why I was using a tactical item at the beginning of the fight. Then I have Rapid Aid to decrease the cooldown of my healing items and to increase their effect. I have Tactical Combo, which gives weapon damage plus 25% for 4 seconds after switching or reloading a weapon. Deadly Combo, after hitting a weak spot with a Shrapnel, bullet effect damage plus 25% for 3 seconds. And Sprint for extra movement speed, and running stamina cost minus 15%. And for the last one, Bullet Hunt, after killing a target with a ranged weapon, Shrapnel damage plus 25% and Shrapnel critical damage plus 35% for 15 seconds. If you want to see my full Shrapnel build, let me know in the comments, and also let me know what is your record time for killing this boss on Pro difficulty and what build did you use. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you guys next time. Bye bye.